Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a very short video for resin tricks and tips. The topic for today is flexible resin, and as you can see here, this thing has been curing, quote quote, for a few days now. It's been about 4 to 5 straight days since I poured this, and it is obviously still very squishy and flexible, but it is solid in a weird way. So I'm going to tell you reasons why this may have happened, and I'll tell you that most of my other resin pieces actually haven't done this. So this one is a previous pour, so the day before I poured this resin piece, and it is hard in the back, and it's perfectly fine. But this one, it's obviously very flexible, and this was actually the next pour after this initial pour. The last pour I did was for this piece, and as you can see, the top portion is hard, the green layer is hard, but this back portion is flexy. So reasons for this. When you are kind of nearing the end of your resin bottle, what ends up happening is a lot of the older or kind of not as good resin sinks to the bottom. At least this is what I'm saying to myself, and this is probably because your resin has been sitting there for a while, and so when it's nearing the end of the bottle, it's kind of the sticky, not as good resin that you're pouring out, and so that might cause this flexiness. The second and third reason, which I'm going to combine into kind of like the same reason, is of course if you use too much of part A and not enough part B. As you know, part A is the resin and part B is the hardener for the resin. So if you use too much of part A, it's too soft and there's not enough hardener to harden all of part A. If you use too much of part B, you have too much hardener and too little part A, that there is now not enough of the resin to harden up with part B. I hope that makes sense. And then the fourth reason that your resin might be kind of flexy is due to humidity. And I can tell you that it's probably not due to humidity for my case, because the other pieces I have, they're fine. But this one is obviously all bendy. But as you can see, it is, it's still kind of like pliable, but it's not like sticking onto my fingers or anything. So it's solidified as far as this will go. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take a blade and cut around it and make something else with this so that I don't have to throw away the entire piece. But this is pretty much just my video telling you reasons why your resin might not be curing properly. There's probably other reasons, but again, I'm not a resin expert. I just want to share some of what I've experienced with you guys. And some fixes to this is if you really wanted to try to fix this piece, there really isn't a fix to it since it is already hardened. But what I would do if I really wanted to make this part harder, I would possibly put it back in the mold and then put a clear layer of resin over it. The reason why I put clear is in case it falls to the front, it's not going to ruin the image at all. But you obviously have to make sure that you're using 1 part resin to 1 part hardener for this to work. And another tip is if you wanted not to put it back in the mold, you could just try to put a layer of resin right here, a thin layer, and it will harden it up a little bit, but this white part will still be flexible. There's not many fixes for this. Again, my fix is just to cut away the edges and make something new out of it. Or the third tip, which you can, it's not really a tip, it's more like if worst comes to worst, you may toss it if you'd like. But yeah, this is a pretty short video. I just wanted to tell you guys my experience because some people have been asking me about resin since I've been doing a lot of that. And don't worry, I will be working on some clay stuff very, very soon. I'm so excited. I'm just finishing up some exams and papers this week, so very, very excited to be sharing new stuff with you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!